Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this guy right here, Hollow Cell from Lock and Load Publishing. This is a fast, quick little take that card game where you are, well, it's a little bit more than that really, but that kind of is how it feels, because you're constantly attacking and trying to defend yourself and attacking and protecting yourself and equipping your warriors. There's a lot of different things going on, but basically you're taking on the personas of 3 different warriors in a large battle arena, fighting for your different factions that are out there in a dystopian future, and you're trying to be the person to score the most kills in that battle royale. And you do so by different kinds of card play, hand management, and a lot of different things, dice rolling for combat. So let's get down to the table and I'll show you. So in the game of Hollow Cell, the whole point of the game is to knock out 3 people. And if somebody loses all 3 of their warriors, the game automatically ends, and whoever has the most kills is the winner. But you're trying to score 3 kills before everybody else does. And if that happens before one person is knocked out of the game, then the game is also over at that point as well. So basically this is like an arena style game where you have 3 warriors. Well, in a 3-player game, you have a number of warriors that are coming together to do battle for their different factions that they represent. And whoever is the victor, you know. So it's definitely set in a dystopian future. So in Hollow Cell, you're going to be given a hand of 5 cards to start the game. You're also going to be given 3 warriors, of which you will choose one to be your starting warrior, and then you're going to have the other 2 in reserve. When or if your first warrior dies, the next one will spawn, and when that guy dies, your third one will spawn, and then if he dies, the game is actually over. So the basic anatomy of the card here is, first of all, the name. This is the initiative value. It's a number that is in this corner. Then these different slots are places that you can equip different kinds of items. You have just regular items here. You have headgear, like helmets and goggles and that type of thing. This is weaponry. This is body armor. And then right here is a special power that this warrior can trigger at different times throughout the turn. On your turn, you're going to be able to do a number of different things. First thing you can do is you can discard any number of cards from your hand, but you always have to keep at least 1, and then you draw back up to a hand of 5 cards. And then you can play cards from your hand in attacks, placing yourself in locations and all different kinds of things. The vault cards that you have available to you are like these right here. For example, you could have Hollow Cells, which will give you the ability to attack a person. You have action cards, which let you do different things throughout the course of the game. You have some of those headgear items that you can equip to your soldiers that give you special abilities, and it also has little green cubes with numbers in them, and what that represents is if you discard this card from your hand, you can roll that many defense dice if somebody is attacking you. So they have kind of a dual purpose. You can equip them to get this result, or you can keep them in your hand and have the ability to roll defense dice during your turn. You have other certain kinds of items that allow you to attack other people, and again, this down here tells you how you can attack with that card. Then you have straight out weapons that tell you how many charges you need, and then what kind of effect that gun or that weapon has, or again, you can use it from your hand to roll 2 defense dice. You also have location cards. I already mentioned these a little bit, but these are places that your warrior can be in that will protect him from different elements that will come up from sudden events. Which brings us to the sudden event cards. Some of the cards in the vault deck are these sudden event cards. When one of these are drawn during your draw phase, you would turn over a sudden event card, and it would have a special effect on it that would go into effect. And usually it says, gives you the duration. For example, this one says discard at the start of the active player's next turn. So this would be in effect one trip around the table, but then it would go away at the end of my next turn. Then you can place charge cards back on a weapon or cards and or the cache. And then you, at the end of your turn, you draw one card. Now, in order to equip your warrior with one of the cards from your hand, normally you have to have a number of charge cards that are available in this cache. For example, in this 3-player game, only 6 charges are available at any given moment in time. So if there is a card that you want to equip with your to your warrior, but there are not enough charge cards here to do that, you would have to wait until there are enough charge cards available. So starting with the this card here, let's just say that, well, I want to equip this Vibro Vest. It says discard this card to cancel all grazing results from one attack. So if I wanted to, I could attach this right here to where the name of the card links up with that point at which it can be discarded. Then I want to, let's see, I want to do the Destroyer AZ, and I want to equip it to him right here as well. And this will, it says load with one available charge from the cache. So I look over here at the cache, there is one charge here, and so I have to take it and put it over here, denoting that it is charged. So in a sample combat, the collector is attacking the trader. So he's going to declare an attack, first of all, by saying, I'm going to attack you with 2 hollow cells. Now, hollow cells, first of all, you have to have a number of charge cards here in the cache, which there are 3, and he's only going to use 2. So he's going to take those and put them aside. And now he's going to roll 2 dice against, 1 for each card, against the trader. Now the trader has the opportunity to declare any defense that he would want to pose. So he would look at his hand here and see what kind of defense he could use. He's going to use this card, saying that he's going to roll 3 defense dice. Now if he rolls a 2 on any of those dice, he will be able to draw 2 cards because that's what the focus effect says. So he's going to play his 3 defense dice right here. All right, so the 2 red would be rolled, and there is a graze and an outright miss. So this person doesn't actually have to roll anything because a graze doesn't count as a full hit, but he does roll anyway. 2 sixes are defends, so even if he did get hit, he would have been able to block 2 of them. And now the collector is going to attack again, but this time he's going to use his obliterator, which means he's going to use both of these. And it says load with 2 available charge cards. Those 2 charge cards give him the ability to roll 2 dice. And now he is attacking here, so the trader would be able to look. Okay, he's going to use this hollow cell, which gives him a 1 defense. And so he'll have 1 defense die against these 2. Now the obliterator here says load with 2 available charge cards from the cache. Undefended full hits inflict 3 damage to the target. But before he attacks, he's going to play an action card, which is sabotage. It says discard any 1 equipped card in front of another player or draw a card at random from the player's hand. So he's going to discard this Vibro Vest, giving him less defense. All right, so the trader has his 1 defense die, and the collector has his attack die. So we have a hit rolled, and then we have a hit blocked with this defense. So at the end of the turn here, having not scored any hits, this person, the collector, will be able to draw 1 card back up into their hand, and then the charge cards, the 2 for his weapon, go back onto the weapon, and the 2 from the hollow cell go back over here, and then that's the end of his turn. And so that is Hollow Cell. It is a decent game, and the reason I say decent game is because it has a number of different layers of random chaos in the game. There is randomness in your card draw. There's randomness in the having to roll to hit. Having to roll to damage. There's randomness in the different kinds of cards that are in your hand that do different things. There's random on whether or not you can defend or not. There's a number of different levels of random chaos in this game, and they're just all kind of compounded upon one another, which can be fun. In the right situation, with the right group of people, you can have a lot of great fun just chucking dice, trying to hit each other, trying to damage each other, and trying to knock each other out of the battle royale that's going on. There's a lot of fun to be had in the game. I just don't know that a lot of people are going to have fun with this, because there are honestly compounding, incrementally growing levels of randomness in this game, and for a lot of people, I think for some people at least, that's just not going to hit very well with them, because they want to be able to strategize and use tactics and do all of this other kind of stuff, and that's really not possible in this game. Often it's going to come down to, I can't defend because I don't have any cards that allow me to defend. So it's just like you're standing there letting people take pot shots at you. But on the other end of the spectrum, you might have 1,500 dice, and if you don't roll 5s or 6s or 3s or 4s, it doesn't matter. Now I know that you should be getting grazes, and multiple grazes will equal hits and all of this other kind of stuff, and I understand all of that. But the possibility is still there that you could roll umpteen million dice and not score one hit at all, whether the person has any dice in defense or not. And again, the same thing is true on the other side of the fence. You could roll umpteen million defense dice and not block a single hit. It's just the way dice rolling goes. Now, I know it all evens out, and I know all of that stuff is out there as far as rolling dice, evening out, and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, that's only one aspect of the randomness in this game. There's also the random card draws. There's also the randomness of the wound cards. You could draw 5 wound cards, and with a poor shuffle of the wound cards, you won't get a single wound. It's just the way it is, and I don't know, with all of the different kinds of levels of randomness that are in this game, that some people are just going to say, you know what, I'm going to play something else. Now, having said that, I have had fun with the game, but usually I found that it wasn't necessarily the game that was causing the fun, it was the people I was playing the game with. And that there is a ring of truth to that for any game that's out there. But with this one, I think is especially true, that you need to have the right kind of people and the right kind of situation in order to enjoy Hollow Cell. I think it's a good design. I think it has neat artwork. It has neat mechanisms as far as the different things that the cards can do and how they can help you or how they can hurt you. The sudden event cards, another layer of randomness on top of all of the others, because not only may you not have the right defense cards, or maybe you don't have a good amount of attack cards in your hand, but now you might have to, for example, this one says all double the result of all die results except defense and ration dice. Ration dice are rolled when you're trying to heal damage. So basically what this is saying is that you're doubling all of your Hollow Cell dice, which are the ones that are used for attacks. But everything else is just regular. So again, another layer of randomness. This one here says all players must discard all equipped non-weapon cards. Warriors in a location are immune. So acid rain happens, and well, if you're in a location, great. But what if you haven't drawn a location? Or how about this? What if you haven't been able to draw a location card? Again, so that's the kind of feel that the game has with it. As I've already said, it's not necessarily a bad game. It's just targeting a very niche amount of players. I know people enjoy this game. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And I've experienced fun playing the game. I just don't know that a lot of people are. So definitely try before you buy with Hollow Cell Lock and Load from Lock and Load Publishing. But definitely give it a try. You might like it. You might not. But you won't know until you try. So that's it. We'll see you guys on the flip side.